Entering settings screen menu narration option is set to off is selected.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. That is Omar Norman Lott there to bring him down. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it's set. Sirianni, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Eagles. His guys ready for their next possession. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
Yeah, and it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jayden Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe. And I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll look to throw again. That's hauled in at the 2. And he is close to the pileup, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a first down. It's 1st and goal. Saquon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they...
The Eagles offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Room up the sideline at the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
The Eagles offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that Saquon Barkley still on the move. And he is gone. 79 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags will also play in London week 6 and 7. The Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season. That's going to be pulled in by Brown. To the goal line and in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
Well, Mike.
Comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And it would appear they are on their way to a 2-0 start as they begin things here with 1st and 10 in this fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Eagles first down. A gain of 29 yards.
Now they'll set up to throw. This one is caught by Dotson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
38-yard line.
Now, faking the give. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
A gain of 6.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Philadelphia.
They'll look to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw yet again. That one taken in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. And another. Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. So, Greg, this offense comes on the road here in week 2. Look, road games are so hard in the NFL, but it's nice to hit the road coming off a win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's amazing how winning creates more winning. It kind of has the ability to kind of build on its stuff. It's a snowball effect. So when you're winning, you're feeling good, everything works. And all of a sudden, you start losing, and you start questioning everything about your approach. So the key in the NFL is win or lose, you're on to the next game. And it's the team's ability to start fresh every single week, regardless of the previous week's outcome. Those are the teams that find themselves in position of the playoffs down the stretch.
That's taken in by Dotson. And he's into the end zone. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Room to run inside the 40. Oh, yeah. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first and goal.
It's a pickup of 44 yards.
Here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Okay, ready?
One more time, they try Barkley. And he's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0.
Come on. Hey! Hut, hut! Ready? Hut! Ready? Hut! Let's go! Ready? Let's go now! Ready?
From the 25, they'll go to First and 10. Fourth quarter starts, and it's a run for Barkley. Inside the 40. Saquon Barkley. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6. Sirianni, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Eagles. His guys ready for their next possession. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, and the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was it.
And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. They run out of the gun with Barkley. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Once again, it's Barkley. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
They'll run it here with Saquon. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm.